Okay, ready? And we're live.
Hey, what's up, people? How are you?
It's been yeah, I think we're actually live.
I think we're live now.
So let's do the public view just so we can go live.
You're gonna waste the first
I'm wasting the first 3 minutes of their time.
People their time.
Oh, Gregory.
Time is money, and
time is money.
Anyway, everybody, what's going on? I'm Greg. This is Scott, and we are together for the first time.
We are, and I'm still gonna check. Hey, look at that! We actually showed up. I think. If any of you actually know either one of us personally, send us a text message to make sure that this thing actually works. Because legit, 5 minutes ago...
we should have been live.
Should have been live 5 minutes ago.
Legit 5
but
minutes ago.
I forgot to hit the start streaming.
Oops.
Okay, so that was legitimately...
Tech show, right? Professionals.
So the first minute and 3 seconds we're going to forget. What's up, everybody? This is Scott. That is Greg. This is our first live show. Welcome to the new channel of Technically Speaking. Yeah. So we have decided that we want to do... Hey, we're actually live, and I can...
Sound works and everything.
Sound works and everything. We're a bunch of pros. First time we've actually been together as the channel, Technically Speaking, and we're very excited about it. I haven't brought this up to Greg, so... Breaking news for you. Haven't even told you this.
Okay. I love that you waited until we went live to tell me this, because I'm sure you've been sitting on this one for a minute.
I have been.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
Okay.
So I wanted to pilot this live show every Friday at 8:30.
Okay.
For an undetermined amount of time. Like normally they always say like on YouTube, if you want to have subscribers and followers and things like that, you have to be consistent.
Yes, I agree with that.
We are consistent at being inconsistent. You usually do get a video roughly on Sundays, sometimes Mondays or Tuesdays, and that's going to continue. But what I would like to do is
we're not that professional.
Yeah,
yet.
I'd like to try to do a Friday evening show.
Yeah.
Right around 8:30 every Friday for maybe a month to see how it goes. Like, almost like, you know when they do, like, those pilots of shows? Like,
yeah.
It was a full-time TV show where it's, like, Joey Tribbiani and some other crappy person from Friends.
What random reference was that? Like, are you a big Friends fan?
I am, actually.
Oh.
Are you serious? There is an SVP at the place that I work. I almost said
you almost dropped it. Yeah.
I almost did. There is a senior vice president at the place that I worked at. If you are watching...
0% chance.
Mr. K, and you know who you are.
Okay.
There's 0% chance that you're watching, but if you are watching, Friends is better than MASH. I'm just saying.
We're gonna lose every viewer ever because they're gonna be like, you actually have awful taste.
I'm in my mid-30s.
Fighting words.
I'm in my mid-30s. Anyway, I'd like to pilot this idea of this show for maybe a month, maybe 6 weeks, and if this doesn't work, and we're gonna reach out to you guys out there to say, like, hey, this works, hey, this doesn't work, I don't want to do this, you guys should talk about other things. Maybe we should actually talk about tech, because we've been rambling for 3 minutes about nothing but tech and our inability to use it.
But that's pretty much us in a nutshell. So,
technically speaking, we're not good.
All right, so you wanna just go over the topics real quick?
Yeah, you want to take it?
Sure. I hate you so hard.
Let me just tell you, right? Like when we get into one particular topic, I might light him on fire.
Heated.
I might light him on fire.
It's gonna get heated in here.
Okay, all right. Go on, talk. I'm gonna see if anybody's texting us.
So, typically for those of you that are new to this entire dumpster fire, we typically shoot for about 30 minutes worth of content. It usually goes on for about an hour because inevitably him and I will get into some type of deep heated conversation about something or another. So
normally when he's wrong, it's okay.
Oh, okay. This is how it starts.
Yeah.
This is how it starts. So today we've got a handful of topics. This is just kind of the latest and greatest in tech that we think is interesting throughout the last week. We're actually going to reach back a little bit further since we haven't done live content together. It's been a few months, I think.
It's been a while. It's been a hot second.
We
did the Google I/O one on Google I/O.
Well, we did the Google I/O one, and then we had a side project that we had worked on, Fiddle. and didn't really go anywhere with that one. Anyway, so this week we're going to be talking about the SNES Classic was just announced, and I am like whoa pumped about that. I'm crazy pumped about that. I am a Super Nintendo fanatic. That was absolutely like the height of my video game playing days as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like I loved my Super Nintendo. Let's see what else. Google announces Photos 3.0 finally launched, which I know you're pretty pumped about.
That was really exciting, mostly because of their sharing. But go ahead.
Yep.
Keep going with the topics.
We got some interesting details on the Pixel 2. So of course that's kind of like the big news happening in the Google world and in the world of smartphones right now is discussing the latest in premium phones, and I think there was some more details on the Note 8. I don't know if you saw those yet.
The Note 8, the one that was...
Yeah.
Is this the minus fire or with fire?
No, minus fire.
Are we sure? Is that the FE?
No.
So that
the Fire Edition?
The Fire Edition. Like, why would you do that?
Who is in charge of your marketing, Samsung? That is the worst idea anyway. Anyway, we got a couple of other kind of random topics we might get into. Those will be our hot takes, and then
I have a super hot take at the end too.
Yeah. We'll leave that one for later. So
mega hot take.
Let's jump into what do you want to do first?
Where is our live stream on our channel?
I don't know. I'm not privy to that. Moving right along, I want to talk about the Super Nintendo because
go on.
That's my jam right there.
I'm trying to find out if we got people watching.
Nintendo announces literally the worst kept secret in all of like video game history. Pretty much everybody knew for a while that there was going to be a Super Nintendo Classic coming out. There had been rumors of it basically immediately after the success of the Nintendo. Everyone suspected that Nintendo was going to follow up the NES Classic with the Super Nintendo Classic. Lo and behold, available on September 29th for $80 US, the Super Nintendo Classic Edition.
So, I have the OG. Okay, so hang on. Not the OG Nintendo. I had that. I think you had it.
Well, I've got.
I've
got them all. Like, don't get me wrong. I've got them all.
But the OG, like
the NES Classic.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have that. It's sitting right over there, as a matter of fact. And my kids love it, and I love it. There's some downfalls with it. I'm really hoping that they learn, like, hey, get a longer cord than like the 6 inches that they provided. Pause. There's something in there, but like the cord is so short. The jokes write themselves, folks.
Right.
The cord is so short that you have to sit.
How short is it, Scott?
You have to sit legit like 12 inches from the screen.
I mean, it's great nostalgia, right?
Because you always
sitting right there. Yeah. Life-size graphics.
Which was awesome. Yeah. And the graphics are still exactly how the graphics were in like 1989, which is perfect.
Yeah.
Bo Jackson, still amazing. And Tecmo Bowl. Let me just go ahead and throw that out there. But as an adult, I'm thinking like, oh man, like this takes me back to my childhood where I was like, a little kid, but you could never get past certain worlds in Nintendo. And I thought, man, how dumb was I as a kid because I can't get past these.
Like the solution is so obvious now. Like if you had just jumped.
If I would have just jumped, like, or you can just run across. Yep. But yeah, that was random. Go back to Greg. Man, I am not with it tonight. I apologize.
You are all over the place.
I will bring it back together.
No, he won't.
I won't.
Yeah. So there are 21 games announced for the Super Nintendo Classic. I think the NES Classic had 30. So 21 games, fewer games, but I will say this much. The games announced for the SNES Classic are awesome. Like, there are not many games that I can think of that would be missing from this list. I mean, there's a handful of, like, big names, but okay. So real quick, we've got...
I just took a picture that'll be up on Instagram.
How about that?
For the 4 followers that we have.
So we've got Super Mario World, Super Mario Kart, The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, F-Zero, Super Metroid. Let's see what else we have. Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Super Punch-Out, Castlevania 4, Donkey Kong Country, Mega Man X, Kirby, Superstar, Final Fantasy 3, Kirby's Dream Course, Golf Game.
I never really got into the golf games for like
console stuff.
Yeah, I just never did. I played Tiger Woods for a while on like Xbox, where you have to hit like the white or the black button where you're like, that's not how real golf works.
Wow, that's original Xbox.
Oh yeah,
ooh, That's not even like Xbox 360 or anything.
Mm-mm.
Let's see what else we got. Star Fox, Yoshi's Island, Super Mario RPG, Contra 3, Secret of Mana, Earthbound, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, which is one of the most impossible games ever created. It's not Lion King for other fellow nerds out there. And the unreleased Star Fox 2, which I'm super pumped about.
Really? Star Fox was okay.
Yeah, well, but Star Fox 2 was never released. It was a completed project that was never, ever, ever released because that was right about the time that PlayStation was coming out. Anyway, fun little side story. Super Ghouls and Ghosts, the most impossible game ever created. That is a game. I have fond memories of this game. As soon as I saw it, I almost wanted to pick up my not yet purchased Super Nintendo and throw it against the wall because I still remember playing Super Ghouls and Ghosts, and you get all the way to the very end, and you only have, like, you're a knight in armor fighting ghosts and goblins, right? Hence the name of the game, right? If you get hit once, you have to finish the game naked. You are in boxers, and that's it. You don't get any more armor. If you get hit again, you die and go all the way back. I don't remember if you go back to the beginning.
There's like no checkpoints or anything.
If there is, the checkpoints are brutal. But you get all the way to the end of the game. You start in like the forest, whatever. You go all the way up to the castle and defeat the big bad guy. And then you have to backtrack through all of the stages to get back to the beginning. It's not just like, hey, you win, game over. So beating the game is like the halfway point. That game is
that's
brutal.
Why would you play that?
So brutal.
Why would you do that?
It's rite of passage, I guess. I don't know. Nerds love challenges. What can I say?
Mike Tyson Punch-Out? That's
that's
my jam. Like, that's not on the whole, like, the Super Punch-Out's there, but that's not the real one.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson Punch-Out.
Mr. Dream.
Okay, it's Mike Tyson.
I mean, I'm excited for Super Punch-Out even.
Okay.
And Street Fighter for sure. Final Fantasy, Secret of Mana.
Kirby's mine.
Kirby, whatever.
Kirby and I have a lot in common.
I mean, the fact that they have Mario RPG, that is, again, like the 3 role-playing games they have, well, the 4 technically. They have Final Fantasy 3, Secret of Mana, Mario RPG, and The Legend of Zelda. Those are some of the, like, all-time best games, period. Not just Super Nintendo, like, period, all-time best games. So yeah, I'm legit pumped. It's going to be impossible to find. It's $80. There's a lot of places that are not even taking pre-orders because they know that it's going to be so absolutely hot. And eBay there are auctions on eBay right now for guaranteed, which you can't guarantee, but guaranteed pre-orders that are going for like $300.
No.
Yeah, it's absolute bananas.
No.
But Nintendo says that they are committed to producing and releasing more units overall than what they did for the NES Classic. They were saying approximately double the number of units.
Well, honestly, they didn't know that this was going to be so popular. I can see why they had, like, they only wanted to produce so many.
Yeah.
Obviously, well, supply and demand.
The rumor was that the NES Classic was still in high demand when they discontinued it. And the rumor was that they discontinued it to retool to get ready for the Super Nintendo Classic. That's when all of the SNES Classic rumors started. So I think this is a good play. I mean, I think if Nintendo keeps up with the demand, if they don't try and cancel it early, this thing is going to sell for a while, for a long while. I mean, because I would be at $80. I'd buy 2 of them. I'd buy like one for the playroom for the kids and one for the basement for me.
Well, as long as it had a cord long enough and maybe two controllers this time.
That's the other thing. So it does come with 2 controllers.
Okay, that's good.
And they added, it's either 2 or 3 feet to it. So the the cords are like 5 feet now instead of, the NES ones are either 2 or 3 feet. I don't remember.
I think they were 3 feet.
Okay, so then they added an additional 2 foot to them. So
that's
5-foot cords.
Okay.
Which is better.
That's better.
I don't understand why they wouldn't just go wireless.
At an $80 price point?
Yeah, make it more expensive. I don't care. But I would spend more. I would spend $20 more even. I would round it up to $100. $100 wireless controllers. I'm in. I'm in.
I don't know.
How about $90? One controller.
Once you get under a bill.
Wireless.
Once you get under a bill, we talk. That I would agree with.
So even if you only got one controller, so $90, one controller, but it's wireless.
I wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't do that?
No, no. If I can spend $80 and get 2, I would do the $80 and get 2, even if it was wired.
Nah, I would not do that. I would do wireless every single time.
What?
Dude, you can't even play your Nintendo as it is right now.
Unless I sit down there in a chair.
You have to set a chair this far away from your TV to be able to play that thing.
Nostalgia.
Whatever.
You said it, not me. Nostalgia. Anyway, next topic.
Yeah, moving on.
All right, what's next in Google Photos?
You guys do photos, man. I know you're pretty jazzed about that.
Google Photos 3.0?
Yep.
I think it was 3.0. They came out this week. It's really nothing more than an advanced sharing feature. What Google Photos 3.0 is going to give you is the ability to say, every time I take a picture of this person, I want to automatically send it to a family member. And ironically enough, not next week's video, but probably either 2 or 3 weeks from now, I'll actually be going through step by step to show you how to set up a family member shared photo. And every time you take a new one, it will automatically get populated to that album so that other family member can see it. Now, based on a couple things, obviously it has facial recognition. So if the person changes a lot or shaves their beard, that might be kind of difficult. So the facial recognition is very, very good. I just don't know if it's like dramatically life-changing when you have a glorious beard and you shave it off. He is not shaving it, FYI. I'm just making that comment. But the long story
matter at this point.
Right. The long story short is it's very easy. If I want to take pictures of my kids, and inevitably my wife's always like, "Can you send me those? I really want to watch it, or I really want to look at this." Like, okay. And then I have to text. Okay, that does not sound
awful. Awful impression of your wife.
Whatever.
She sounds nothing like that.
Not at all. She sounds like this. Can you go ahead and send me? No, doesn't sound like that either.
She gonna murder you.
Murder was the case that they gave me. If I want to send photos to anybody, I can say, send any photo that I take of my children or whatever, automatically send it to this album. And it's almost instantaneous, which is super, super nice. Now, that is the big thing, the whole sharing feature, but I never got a chance to talk about the photo books. So I tested the photo books.
I'm legit excited for that.
So
Did you do one?
I've done 3.
Really?
So, yeah, I have. So testing the photo books, if you want to create photo books on the fly from your mobile, hang on. Professional. I'm like Tay Zunde.
I was just going to say, I lean away from the
microphone. No. Hang on.
Still professional.
So professional right now. We'll do it live.
Yes.
And we do it live.
It's a shit show.
It is a lot. Anyway, the photo books is very, very easy. I was able to choose every single picture that I wanted in a photo book on my mobile, order it, and have it shipped to my house. And the only thing that I had to do was pick the photos. It is substantially easy. It is very, very nice. The only thing you have to be cognizant of is to make sure that when you give the book to the person who's supposed to get it, they ask a question like, why am I not in all the photos? My daughter asked, why am I not in photos with my son?
Okay. Do you have a response for her?
Yeah, I was like, I forgot.
Oh, because you're the least favorite?
Not at all. How dare you? How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you?
So
right now?
with Google's or with Photos 3.0, is that when they launched the? Because I thought during I/O they were talking about the ability to have like artificial intelligence scan your photos for like the best ones and automatically put together albums or automatically put together.
So that
books.
automatic stuff already happens. Like it will scan a photo and say like, hey, this would look really cool in like this crazy filter.
Yeah.
Like that happens today.
Sure.
That happened before, but it's been kind of like a staged rollout, right? Like the first one was photo books.
Right.
Then the next one was archive, which is still a very weird feature for me. I don't understand the concept of the archive. Except for, okay, I'll get into it in a second.
I was like, I don't even know what it is.
And then,
I'll be real.
So photo books, archive, and now sharing.
Okay.
My guess is, and I have only done it a little bit, it will probably scan for the best one and send it. That's if you just take like a whole boatload right in a row. But I haven't gotten that far with it. I've only basically, it's like if I take one photo and I say upload this and send it to the person, it is the best one because it's only one to choose from. If you do like those bursts, then that's the one it'll probably take from.
Okay.
That's my guess if I remember right.
I thought I recall something about I/O where the, what's his name also said that it would, like if you had a whole bunch of pictures and you were trying to do photo books and stuff, that it would basically go through your most recent pictures and then say like, hey, here's your best pictures you've taken for like the last month. And then you could review that album and then basically go, yeah, that's the book that I want. And then it would just make your photo book.
Hi, Mom. I don't care. I love my mom.
I'm not saying
you should love my
anything.
mom too.
I do. I love your mom to
Good.
death.
That's the way to be.
Your mom's pretty awesome.
She is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
She is awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, total train derailment.
Yeah.
Wow. Hello.
So
what were we talking? Okay, Google Photos.
Yeah. Photos.
Oh, archive. Archive's a really silly feature.
No,
Basically, it says I don't want this in my timeline, so to speak. So like, you can say move to archive. The photo never goes away. It just doesn't show up in photos. That's it. I think it's like archiving emails, right?
Yeah.
That's the concept. Like if I don't want it to show up in my inbox, I just archive it.
That's interesting. I wonder if the intent is for Google to be able to use photos that you don't want anymore. Because I mean, be real, you're going to archive and forget about them, right?
I don't archive anything. I think it's a silly feature.
I think it's a silly feature too, but I feel like this is Google's avenue to say like, oh, you don't want this picture anymore, but Google still finds value in it for artificial intelligence training.
I'm sure that they do. I
almost guarantee that is the purpose of it.
I'm sure
facial recognition and stuff like that. Yeah. I bet that's
I'm sure of it.
But that's really cool.
Yeah.
Random hot take. Did you see the rollout for the new Google News?
That looks great.
It looks awesome. Google finally eating their own dog food, so to speak, and getting into material design for even their web-based products. So I guess in waves, the new version of Google News, which does do material design, has kind of the more tiles or what is that called? Cards. The card feature, like your phone has. I think it looks awesome, man. Google News has kind of looked. I mean, it looked
basic. It was like.
It did the job.
Was it Angel Fire? Was that Angel Fire websites?
Wow.
Hello, that 90s reference.
Wow, that reference.
Angel Fire.
God,
I had a hot website back in the day.
GeoCities?
GeoCities. Oh, that was it. There you go. That's the one I was looking for.
Yep.
Oh, my God. Okay, anyway.
So
we talked about Google Photos. We want to talk about Pixel? And then we'll get into...
Man. I feel like this one's going to be a little contentious, too, because
Go first.
Okay, so none of this is official, first of all. Like, absolute disclaimer, this is not official. This is
based
very
on
much the rumors
that you see online.
There were some leaks that made its way to the internets about what the under the hood of the Pixel 2, what that's going to look like. Supposedly, we're talking about still a 2017 launch, could be out as early as November. The new Pixel is supposedly going to be waterproof. They're talking about having a third Pixel. Right now there's two, right? There's the Pixel and then the Pixel XL.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why you would do a third one. Like what?
I just
in
cannot.
Between form factor.
I just can't see why would you need a third. Like,
yeah.
I mean, even Apple doesn't do that.
Yeah.
You do the plus or the not.
Let me get through everything and then we'll go back and cherry pick all these things apart. So improved chipset and camera, no headphone jack. Color me surprised. As far as like the chipset goes, we're talking. This is getting into the nerdy stuff.
835.
This is the stuff that I love, right?
Oh!
So Snapdragon 835, 1.9 gigahertz, 4 gigs of RAM.
Which
hear
is
a
pretty
bunch of
standard anymore, except for that silly like 1+5 that's got some like asinine 8 gigs of RAM.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't feel like you can ever have too much RAM.
Do you need 8 in a phone?
Multitasking?
What are you multitasking? Some
all the
trip
things,
to Mars?
Everything. All the things. Multitask it all. Why not?
You're still talking.
Let's see what else. Dimensions, like screen size. I've seen a couple of different ones now. I've seen a 5.6 inch, 18 by 9 aspect ratio, 2560 by 1312. You saw one that was 4.
So there's two versions. The smaller one, which I guess from... Okay, so it's funny that you've seen all of these specs, and I'm like, I didn't see any of those, and you didn't see any of the ones, but we literally just went to Google and was like, Pixel 2 specs, and it was the same rumors, but totally different specs.
The screen sizes are way off from everything that the two of us have seen individually,
so
which is interesting.
Evidently, according to the rumor that I looked at, it was supposed to be the smaller version, so the original Pixel size was 4.97 inches, and it will look almost identical to the current Google Pixel.
Okay.
But the new XL is supposed to go all the way to 5.99 inches, which is Nexus 6 size.
Phone, man.
My guess is if it really went to something that size, that it would probably have smaller bezels and be a little bit smaller with the form factor. But even like, so you mentioned it was no headphone jack, but in the one that I saw, it was a headphone jack on the bigger one, but not the smaller one. So
Oh, interesting.
no one's talking about the same stuff.
Very
the biggest
interesting.
issue that I have, and this will go into the hot take, and I'll just go ahead and say it right now, this hot take. I was going to save it for the end, but I'm going to save it now for all 4 of you watching. That if the rumor that I read is true, and the Google Pixel 2 is made by HTC, and it's based on the HTC U11.
Yep.
Which, for those folks that don't know, the U11 has like this weird, it's called like Sense Touch, something like that. Basically, you take your phone out and you can squeeze it like this, and it reacts in your hand to something like, oh, when you squeeze me twice, you want this, I guess. I don't know. But the U11 got awful reviews.
Oh, it got ripped apart, yeah.
So Jerry Rig Everything Online actually just cracked it right in half. Now, I don't put a lot of stock into that because one of the phones that he did that same thing to was a Nexus 6P, and I love that phone. That's the phone that you have, and it's a great phone. So I don't put a lot of stock into the whole, let's just bend it in half and break it. But
well, I mean,
it's also made by HTC, and they are trash.
Yeah, they are, for sure.
Bad.
The last time that I bought an HTC was the HTC
Thunderbolt?
Evo 4G.
Okay.
That was the last one that I bought. That was the last good phone that they made, and then after that, they fell off the map. Hot trash. Yeah.
Hot take. My hot take is if HTC, I wrote it down on the paper, if HTC makes the Google Pixel based on their U11 model, now that's specific to the U11 model, the iPhone will be my next phone.
Wow.
Hot take right now.
I did not. I
didn't expect that one, did you?
I did not expect that one.
Mm-hmm.
I saw you had something in the notes about like Scott's next phone, something about iPhone, and I was like, whatever.
If it is based on the U11, I will go to an iPhone or
just keep your
Now
Pixel.
hang on. I'll keep my Pixel. Let's be very honest. I will keep my Pixel XL. And when that dies,
then you get the.
And then I would get the iPhone.
Are you going to keep the absurdly large case that's on the back of it too?
Okay, so that was a great transition. That what you're picking up. So I have a Mophie case on the back of this Pixel XL, and this week's video is actually on
Scott. This week's video is actually on Google Wi-Fi. Hey, 2 things though. Isn't Mophie traditionally an iPhone case maker?
Why, yes, Greg, it is. They are traditionally an iPhone case.
They are indeed.
Thank you.
That's so weird that they happen to be making it for the Google Pixel now.
Oh, God, I'm so glad that you're sitting here with me.
We
anyway,
planned this out.
Did not plan this out. Not at all.
What
were you talking about?
So this week on, hopefully on Sunday, actually, we should be doing a...
That's up to you if you can edit.
I know. I got to finish my edits on a review of Google Wi-Fi. And then you're doing your Mophie case?
No, a week from tomorrow would be the Mophie case review. We'll talk about the channel here in a second, but this has been very interesting. Let me put it that way. And it adds a hefty amount of weight. Amount of weight to the Pixel XL, like
doubles the weight type of deal.
Like substantially
heavy.
I don't know how I feel about it. I've had it for a couple weeks, and it's different, very different. Yeah. And this is all funny because I'm coming from a very minimal case. Like,
see, that's how I am too.
I did the peel,
the thin cases,
and then I did the minimal, which is both of them are great, but the minimal is dynamic because it's red. And then this one, I mean, you gotta really dig down deep for that fingerprint.
Yeah.
Pause. I feel like there's a lot of those today.
Wow, I didn't know where you were going with that, and I was like, oh yeah, the fingerprint sensor on the back of the phone.
All right, hang on. Let me go back to this before we get into talking about the channel for a second. If the Pixel 2 is based on the U Ultra, that's a different story.
I don't even know what the U Ultra is.
HTC U Ultra. Now, I hate HTC. Right. Just do not like them. The U Ultra is sapphire glass. Bulletproof phone. Jerry Rig Everything did a review of that. Dropped it on concrete and it did not break.
Not literally bulletproof. Just saying. You look.
Okay.
You say bulletproof, and I'm like, I
Okay.
can shoot this phone, and it will still work.
Okay.
You say bulletproof. Now,
not bulletproof.
Incredibly resistant to fall damage.
That I would agree with. Not
Okay.
bulletproof. Do not do what some of you unfortunately may have heard.
Yes.
In the news, there was a young couple that was kind of up and coming
Yep.
YouTubers. They chose to film kind of a prank. The prank was this book, this encyclopedia will stop a bullet. And it did not, and it unfortunately cost him his life.
Probably accurate that encyclopedia would stop bullet. Where the entire thing falls apart is when girl pulls out a
Desert Eagle.
I've heard a gold-plated Desert Eagle.
A gold-plated, like was that from Bond?
That's exactly what I'm thinking, like golden weapons, right? So a Desert Eagle 50 caliber hand cannon, like that is onto it for dear life when you pull the trigger and don't stare down the barrel. You kind of do one of those numbers because it's coming back.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the weapon that they chose.
And point blank.
Yeah, they put it against the book. And unfortunately, that does not end well for anyone. She will go to jail, unfortunately.
Manslaughter, yeah.
And so that's a horrific story.
Yeah, it's awful.
So, yes, to your point, not bulletproof. It is not bulletproof, but to try to lift this up to somewhere positive, thanks for taking us down that trail.
Happy to help.
If they base it on the U Ultra Sapphire Glass, that will be my next phone.
Okay. That's interesting. Because what is it about the Sapphire that you're that interested in? Because
I like the form factor, right? Like, I like the look of like what my Pixel XL looks like. And if it looks remotely close to that, because some of the rumors also say you're still going to have that like metal and back panel glass.
Okay.
But if they use sapphire glass, I don't have to put a screen protector. I don't have to put a case.
You're talking about sapphire glass as in legitimately the glass is made out of sapphire, the mineral, or the crystal.
Okay, so it's not
sapphire like Gorilla Glass, like not marketing term sapphire. It is actually sapphire.
So it's not 100% sapphire.
Okay.
But it's like
it's marketing. I'm just saying, like legitimately, it is not. These are important things.
You're gonna catch these hands.
I'm not even trying.
It's like woven. It's woven with glass sapphire.
Okay.
Go out and watch Jerry Rig. Everything. We'll leave a link after this is over, because he's the one that actually does the best review for it. And you're right. It's not 100%, but it is substantially higher than Gorilla Glass 5.
That's impressive.
That is impressive. That is high. It is higher. I can say that with certainty.
I wonder if it's the same type of, because the iPhones had sapphire on the
glass,
camera lens.
It's the glass that's on the button for the iPhone, I think.
Oh, okay.
Like that. Anyway,
look, if it's resistant to shattering and scratching and all that stuff, I mean that's pretty awesome. What if it's based on the U11 but it adds the sapphire glass?
Well, that's what the U Ultra is. It's based on the U11 with the sapphire glass.
That's the only difference between the U11 and the U Ultra.
I don't know if they have the squeezy thing. I think they do.
The squeezy thing is stupid, I think.
So people thought Google Now was stupid. Some people think Google Assistant's stupid.
Fair enough.
I don't think that. I think Google Assistant is awesome.
I just don't see like what emote that is supposed to translate to.
Go out to YouTube and look at how people interact with their U11.
Meh.
Silly.
It sounds like get off my lawn, kids. Like
you do
just
sound
being
like
crotchety.
That.
Like
you are very crotchety right now. Anyway,
moving right along.
You want to get to the main event, like the main thing that we're going to argue about?
Oh, you want to do this? Okay, so let me just set you up here a little bit. Those of us in the viewing audience, or those of you not us, we are early adopters of a microphone called the Blue Yeti, and I'm sure you've seen it in pretty much all of our videos. Like all of us that do any type of content creation, even those of us that don't do it as often, all of us have these Blue Yeti microphones. They're like very iconic.
It's not
microphone.
This one.
Yeah, it's not this one. Very iconic microphones used by a lot of YouTubers right now. So there's a video that's been making its rounds, not only on YouTube, it's been all over Reddit about the premise is that the Blue Yeti sucks and
doesn't.
And And the particular video that I saw was actually well, I'm not even going to mention the dude's name because he doesn't deserve any positive press whatsoever for the people that are watching. Anyway, so this dude basically completely straight up stole talking points like verbatim from another individual whose name is Soul Brother Number 3. This guy's a legit like Hollywood voice actor and goes into a ton of detail about quality audio recording setups. And this is where the contention begins between the two of us, because I understand the guy's point when he says the Blue Yeti sucks. I'm like, okay, cool. I understand that. Like, I get why he's saying those things, and you are absolutely on Team Blue.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like, without question.
There is no question.
Yeah,
there is no question that. For the purpose of this microphone that it serves.
Okay.
And the purpose that this microphone is made for.
Okay.
That is the best at the best price point.
For $130, you claim that is the best you can do for $130.
That is for the purpose that it's for, that is the best.
Which is?
Well, there's a lot of purposes you can go for.
Okay.
But am I trying to be a professional voice actor? No. That is not what that is for.
Right. I agree with
that. That is not what that is for.
I agree with that.
What that mic is for setting people up on giving them the opportunity to have what you use as a prosumer, so a high-end consumer grade electronic device to do better than what you would normally do with a recording from, like, remember the plastic mics that you have, like, that would stick out like this, or like the call center mics.
I love that you say you used to have. Like, I don't have a headset at home right now.
That doesn't look Xbox. Doesn't look like
exactly that. Well, yeah, not like the single ear.
Yeah, not the single ear.
Like the double cans with the blue microphone.
That the blue microphone serves the purpose that it's supposed to be. Oh, you want to be an up and coming YouTuber, or you want to make YouTube videos, or you want to make videos in general for anything else. Mm-hmm. The Blue Yeti is exactly what you can do. It can get you into that arena at the cheapest price point possible. It does that, and it does it well. And a lot of people use it for that. However, hang on, okay, I'm not done. I'm not done yet. It also is the plug and play. It is the iPhone of microphones.
Okay.
What do I have to do in order to make this thing work with my computer? You plug it in via USB. Mm-hmm. All computers, except for the MacBook Pro.
Which I'm not. Which MacBook Pro? I can't. Oh, this one. This brand new MacBook Pro right here. What kind of connection does it have?
It has a USB Type C. Oh, okay. I have to have an adapter for that.
Okay. Just make so.
I know what you're doing.
Not all computers have USB.
I know what you're doing. Okay. I know what you're doing.
I just want to make sure. I thought you said all computers. And this would be a computer, so I mean it's not.
What you're doing, I am aware of. All computers have the ability to handle this. Right now, today, I have an adapter. Yes, it can still handle it.
Well, your computer's not handling your adapter.
I'm gonna put you in the face. But for $130, it gets me exactly what I want in the quickest fashion. I'm struggling out there. In the quickest way possible. So I could go from open the box, plug it in, and have much higher quality than most people can handle right out of the box. Now go ahead and say something dumb, and I'm going to refute it. And that's okay.
Say something dumb. Okay.
Just let some dumb out. Go ahead.
So, first of all, let's start with you said that the Yeti is the best blah 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 because plug and play, right? It's the iPhone of microphones.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I automatically disagree with that out of the gate because any USB microphone is plug and play. So problem. Like that's the whole purpose of USB.
Yeah, but I said the iPhone. The iPhone is a premium device. It's very simple to use. Mm-hmm. That is a premium device. That's very simple to use.
It's not a premium device though.
It is a premium device.
No.
That is a premium device.
That's prosumer.
Like that is a premium device.
It's not premium though.
What are you comparing it to? A Neumann? For those that don't know what a Neumann is, it's like Neumann or something like that.
It is
the best
like baller microphone to have.
There are sometimes $15,000 Neumann microphones, and if you want to hear what a Neumann sounds like, go listen to the podcast from Mike Rowe. It is velvety.
I mean, when you think maybe not Hollywood movies necessarily, but when you think like absolute top end audio recordings, like when you think any multi-million listener, multi-million-dollar radio program or something like that, they're probably on, if not Neumann, they're on something crazy nice.
Sennheiser or something like that. Anyway, go on. I interrupted you being stupid.
So, yeah, okay, if you want to call that premium, I mean, so where else do you see the premium tag applied to things? Phones, right? Sure. The premium phones are the literally top-of-the-line phones. Mm-hmm. The absolute top of the line. And that also commands top-of-the-line dollar as well. So if you look at smartphones, and on premium you have iPhone sure. and Pixel, I would argue.
That's fair.
That's at least premium pricing, right?
I'll agree with that.
If you take the microphone category, you have, on the premium side, you have names like, I'm probably Sennheiser, but...
Sennheiser. And then you have,
Neumann.
Yeah.
I mean, those are the premium names. If you look at premium speakers, you have big names. You have like the Klipsch and Polk. I'm sure the audiophiles out there are probably just like flipping tables like you said, Klipsch. Those are garbage.
Sony's. My God!
Like you've got big names that are involved that are the premium speakers. So I agree with you to an extent. So bang for the buck. For what it is, it's a great looking microphone. It does really, really well. I don't think that it's necessarily the best value for the money. Because it's USB, okay, you can go out and buy just about any other USB microphone. And if you are willing to invest the time in it, here's the caveats, right? If you're willing to invest the time in doing like sound engineering, either via Audacity or something along those lines, you can do significantly more for significantly cheaper. Now, I don't think that that has the best sound profile in the world. But is it really good? For $130, it's pretty solid. I got mine for $100 without question worth it.
There's no doubt.
Without question worth it. Because, I mean, even to buy like a decent USB microphone at less than $100, you're still talking, 50, 75 bare minimum. Anything less than that, and you're getting straight up junk.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like $130 is really kind of pushing but is it really worth it? Because that's where you start to get into, okay, well, if I spend like $50 more or even $75 more, then I can get this set up, and that gets into the realm of almost professional grade audio recording equipment.
Yeah, but what if you could take that $75 and invest it? Like, so the setup that we have and we are recording to you live today is a blue microphone, a blue Yeti, and
it is just out of frame. It's right there.
Right. And a $60 webcam that can do 1080p. So if I wanted to start a YouTube channel and I'm like, I don't even know what, I got $200 and I want to take this and get the best equipment that I possibly can, I can either do all complete audio. Yeah. Or I can do audio and camera, and it will be good enough for a long time. For a while. For a while.
My argument is always going to be like, how much hustle do you want? You know what I mean? If you're in it for the hustle, like if you really want to be into content production, YouTube, stuff like that, you've got at least a 1080p camera on your phone. We have 4K cameras on our phones.
We do, but there's also some. It's not then easy. So I'm talking about
100% agree with that. Ease easy.
Yeah, ease to get into a YouTube channel. If I need to just plug it into a machine and go, then a webcam and a Yeti mic is the best way to do it. Now, if I don't care about that and I want to do a daily vlog, then a microphone's not necessarily important, because actually what you should do then is go out and get one of those lavalier mics. Yeah. You can get a Rode lavalier mic that you can plug in via your headphone jack. Just clip it to your t-shirt or whatever, and that's like $70. And so you get a great 1080p or 4K camera plus a lavalier mic, which is more than enough that you would have. And so for less than $100, you can do all your recording on your phone. Yeah. It depends on what you're going for. If you're going for like the setup that we have at the cheapest price point, I still think this is the best.
If you're going to go lavalier, I feel like doing the lavalier from the phone, I don't think that's a really good option at all.
Well, I'm saying, but if you did like a vlog where you're like out on a mountaintop somewhere and you want to do a daily vlog where the sun comes up and you're doing some namaste stuff.
That was oddly specific, man. oddly specific.
Way different direction. But
I know
that
what
would
you do
help.
on the weekends now, so that's cool.
Namaste.
Not namaste.
Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste.
The Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
I mean,
that really wasn't a hot. I mean, that was the main event. That was lame. That was like when. That was legitimately.
I'll wait for it.
Money Mayweather against everyone he's ever.
Oh my god.
Money Mayweather. Like I think I just boxed you out, bro.
So this has been another. This is absolutely not tech related at all. This has been the other mainstay argument amongst our entire group of friends. Is the recently announced Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor fight, August 26th. I think it is August 26th.
I don't know. You're all hyped up about it, but I'm gonna tell you right now.
So hyped for it, man.
You are a sucker. You are a sucker. This is a sucker match. Yeah. They're taking your money. Don't do it. Or, I'm not going to say what I was just going to say. Never mind. I'm going to stay. Namaste.
I mean, look, is it...
Sucker money. There's a sucker born every minute.
Way more than likely that Mayweather's going to win, without question. Am I going to spend the money on pay-per-view so that I can watch it in my basement? Without question, because in the off event that McGregor goes toe-to-toe with him and wins, that will be one of the greatest boxing matches of all time.
Oh, come on now. You lost your mind. Are you kidding me?
I stand by it.
One of the greatest ever?
I stand by it.
Do you hear yourself speaking right now?
The hype around that fight, man. It will be one of the greatest.
You are a prisoner of the moment.
I promise.
The greatest fight of all time?
I said one of. I didn't say the. I said one of the greatest fights of all time.
It might be top 8. Maybe.
Maybe. Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
Even when Tyson went crazy and bit Holyfield's ear, that's still better than what this fight's going to be. This fight is going to be a dumpster fire of just boring. What is going to happen?
It'll be like Mayfield Pacquiao too.
Yeah, that's all it's going to be. It's just going to be Mayweather sitting there and tagging.
Mayweather.
You said it, not me. He's just going to sit there, tag. He's going to get points. Yeah. And I saw somebody today like, McGregor's going to knock him out in 3 rounds. No, and then in that same exact tweet, it was McGregor who was hitting a heavy bag, which, by the way, I get it. It was a heavy bag. I really do. But that man looked like he was standing in some mud. He was barely moving. Moving. And then Mayweather put up one, and it was like, hey. And it was, dude is freaky fast.
Yeah.
He's like Jimmy John's.
God.
Just like Jimmy John's. I'm telling you right now.
Okay.
Sucker born every minute. I am not paying for that fight, but I will tell you, I'm going to be at his house.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know that I'm going to pay for it.
I like the company.
I know that I'm going to pay for it.
I like the company.
That I'm going to watch it.
And I am not going to give you a dime for that.
I don't care. You know that I don't care.
I'll go on record right now.
Okay.
Right now. Hot take. If McGregor wins, I will give you $25 for that fight. I will give you $25 for sitting and watching it at your house.
I've never wanted McGregor to win a fight so badly.
$25. If he wins, I'm not going to give you anything if Mayweather wins because I told
hello.
Now hang on.
I know this.
I'm telling you right now.
I'm still going to do it.
On record. I'm going to delete this video.
Afterwards, I'm going to be like, hey, Scott, where did that video we recorded? Like,
YouTube.
Must have been a problem. I don't know what happened.
Well, something or other.
All right, what else we got left on the list of topics here? We got some other kind of stuff.
What do we got? Hot take, give it to me.
Net neutrality day. Have you heard about this? No, dude, that's a big deal.
Why?
July 12th.
What is it supposed to do?
So July 12th, there are a ton of big internet websites.
Go ahead, come on. I see you. I saw it on the screen over there. Go ahead. Okay, Cupid.
Pornhub, OkCupid, Imager, DuckDuckGo, Namecheap. There's a bunch of other ones. I think Reddit's participating in it too. So overall,
Pornhub?
Because he's not familiar with it.
I don't know what that is.
Right.
I don't know what that is.
So,
is that like a cartoon?
The short version of it is there's basically kind of another protest about some of the FCC rulings and net neutrality. Net neutrality is a very big deal. I am very personally, very passionate about it too. Short version is without net neutrality, the internet turns into something like your cable provider where you're flipping through your channels and you go, oh, I can't watch that because I'm not subscribed to it. And then you have to spend more money for that. So you either get access to all of the internet or they start creating, basic and premium tiered internet. And I don't know about y'all, but I am not okay with that. I feel like the internet should be
free.
Yeah.
Open.
It should be like just
First
one
Amendment.
giant pipe to the internets, and then where you go from there, Pornhub or otherwise.
I don't know what that site is. You keep looking at me.
And then, the internet is what you make of it. I think that's really important, especially for entrepreneurialism. If we had to, if you had to spend more money to get to YouTube, this wouldn't happen. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't know what I would watch.
Oh, for sure.
I don't watch TV. I don't have cable. I do not have cable. I watch YouTube. And I go to his house to watch fights that he gets suckered into playing for.
I have cable only so that my wife can watch HDTV. Channel 216, legit the only channel that is ever on in my house.
Yeah, but you can get that on DirecTV Now or Sling.
I know this.
If you're watching.
I know this.
If you're watching. And I think maybe you were for a hot second.
She might be.
Just let it go. It's okay. We all know that you cheat in Catan.
Oh, wow. So there's an inside joke. We play a lot of Settlers of Catan. If you like board games and you do not own Settlers of Catan, you are doing yourself a massive disservice. That is
if you like any what?
Try that
energy, any strategy games like Risk. I mean, I can get down on some Risk.
Yeah. But I think that's
hella nerd right now. Yeah. Hella nerd. That's okay.
Okay.
It's worth everything. What else we got? Do we have anything else? Because we're rolling up on an hour right now.
Much. I mean, we can talk about
51 minutes.
Did you see the Facebook fake news algorithm stuff that they rolled out?
Did you see that Facebook has 2 billion active users?
Bananas, first of all.
2 billion. What?
Yeah, I would love to know.
Who are they?
I would love to know what goes into
what goats?
What goats?
Catan.
Sheep. So what goes into calculating out 2 billion active users? Is this active over what period of time?
I don't remember.
What do they consider activity? Because
I don't know.
One of the things that Facebook has gotten in trouble for is if you install Facebook Messenger, it would lower your battery life overall on your phone because your Messenger would just run in the background and continually send information back to Facebook. Mm-hmm. Another fun thing that Messenger got in trouble for doing, or they haven't even gotten in trouble for it necessarily yet, but people found that if you had Facebook Messenger open and then you would talk about certain products, for example, if you went, boy, I'd really like to, paint my room blue, and I'm thinking about getting Glidden paint or something along those lines, you would start to see ads show up for paint. So Facebook Messenger is clearly listening into the content of your...
It's going to happen.
I know that it's going to happen. But one of the problems with that is no one has done anything to... It's not that things are listening. It's the end result of that. What happens afterwards. Mm-hmm. It's the repercussions that come after that make people nervous. Because the real problem is a lot of that data can then... If there's any type of a hack where... God forbid Google should get compromised or something along those lines. If there's a hack of epic proportions that manages to allow people to dump out all of that data, it's not that Google has it. It's now that it's just distributed across the internet. And things like doxing is a big deal. Doxing, for anybody who doesn't know, is where you get basically hackers or these...
You get people who are angry.
Neckbeards on the internet that are mad that just decide that they're going to basically publish all of your personal details. They'll just go full on private investigator on your life and just release all the information they have. And it may not even be accurate. Matter of fact, you might be caught up in doxing if your information happens to be close enough to somebody else that they're mad at. You just might be collateral damage.
Yeah,
so that kind of stuff is a problem, man.
That stuff is really scary, especially since, everybody knows it here. Everybody knows my full name.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah.
That is a very scary thing. And that was a way, can we please not end the show like that?
What do you want to talk about?
Let's something happy. My good Lord.
Puppies and unicorns and big fluffy kittens.
Okay, so let's see if we can get inside an hour. Yeah. We got about 5-ish minutes.
5 minutes.
So
what do you got? Hot take, top of your head.
I really think we really should keep this thing going. We've actually had a good, steady amount of people watching. Now, one of them is me, just to make sure that the stream is working. So that it's a pretty good amount of folks watching. So I like the idea of a live show a week. So I'm going to propose here live on air.
So are we going to do like a little board meeting and just kind of let everyone?
Yeah. Okay. So this is getting this. So hey. Okay.
Just pretend they're not there.
I'm gonna pretend that you're not there, but you're there. I see you working.
Yeah.
I really think we should do this once a week. I think it should be Fridays, 8:30ish.
Okay.
We'll try to be on time next week. That was my
technical details.
Technically speaking.
Hey.
Oh, what you did there? Friday show.
Yep.
And then a video on Sundays.
Okay.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna rotate the video. So once a week, it'll be me. One next week it'll be Greg. Then our live shows will be together. That's kind of how it goes for a little while. We'll probably have guests on our live show. Not right away.
Yeah.
Probably in about 3 to 4 weeks from now, we'll have. You'll probably recognize one of the guys that we had was Andrew. He'll probably join us, and I've actually already put some furlers out.
I was just gonna say that
some furlers out. So we're gonna.
There's at least 3 other people that I know of that we have at least passingly mentioned the idea of like, hey, are you interested in?
So
got some interest.
Yeah. So there's 2 or 3 or 4 more that would join us in studio, and then there's 1 or 2 that would actually be joining via online. So I got to work out what those details are.
That's gonna be an epic.
That is so. That person.
Dumpster fire.
Well, no, I don't think it'll be a dumpster fire. The person is actually his name. It's the channel called Breaking Elegance.
Yep.
Super awesome dude. Go over there, look at his stuff, subscribe to his channel. We're going to work out the details of trying to figure out how that would work. I don't know yet, but it'll be a little while because we're still getting used to this. I don't know how this works type.
Whatever.
So, okay, glad that you saw that. I don't know if they're going to always be an hour. We're going to shoot somewhere between 30 and 60 minutes. I think that's probably a good bit.
Yep.
But again, we're still getting used to how we interact with each other on camera. I promise I will actually pay more attention to you guys out there next week because I've been trying to monitor so many different things over here. So I have to figure out some better way to do that other than how I was doing it.
We'll get there.
I wasn't there 100%. I didn't give I tried to give my all.
We'll get there slowly but surely. I feel like every live stream we've done, we've gotten a little bit smoother. Like before, I think the first time we did a live stream, it took us like an hour to set up. And this time we're like, hey, we go live in like 10 minutes. We should probably go do that. And then we just ran downstairs, set up, and then got sidetracked for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, we're gonna figure out the lighting bit. Yeah. Like, I think it's okay.
Yeah, lighting's not bad.
I mean, we're in a basement for God's sake.
Yeah, we'll get there.
We'll figure it out. I'm gonna probably change some of this too. Like, the studio it could go for a redesign.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
But anybody who has any suggestions, definitely, I would love to get feedback, especially if you've got ideas for the things that you want to see us do, hear us say, or suggestions for improvements. I mean, we're pretty much always open for somebody's ideas. Do you got anything else you want to do?
No. Do you want to do the outro? Or you want me to do the outro?
You can do the outro. I did the intro.
Do we have a special outro? As always, like, share.
Making it up as we go.
We're going to make it up because I don't have a live show outro. I have the live show where I go, thanks for watching. You guys are the best. As always, like, share, subscribe. Like, so we could normally do that. But thanks for watching, staying with us for the hour. A lot of you did stay with us for the hour. If you're catching this up where it's not live and it's recorded, we will be back next week, probably Friday. No, it will be Friday. It'll be around
probably 8 p.m.-ish.
8:30? 8:30-ish. I think 8:30 makes the most sense because we got to get kids in bed and things like that. So, yeah.
Being a parent.
Love it. And YouTubers.
Yes.
We're all those things. Like, share, subscribe to both of us. Oh, we have a giveaway. Giveaway.
Good call.
How did we forget that? We have a giveaway. Follow us on Facebook. All the information on all of our socials is in the description below. Go out there. There is a link to the actual giveaway. It's on gleam.io. We are giving away a Google Home.
I was just going to say,
there's a box right there, as a matter of fact, for a Google Home. We are going to be giving away one of these bad boys. The reason that we're giving this away is we want to say thanks for sticking with us as we've done our rebrand. This is a really exciting time for us. So, yeah.
And hopefully, whoever wins this, you'll get to check out the channel and see some like interesting stuff that you've done in the past for like setup. And it's a legit product, man. I love this thing.
It's going to be really sweet. Now the big news from this thing this week: whoever wins this will have the ability to use it just like a regular Bluetooth speaker, but also more to come on the whole being able to use this as a phone.
Oh, you got some inside information there.
I have no inside information. That was released at I/O.
I didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't see that part. Oh wait, no, I did.
Like, what are you talking about? It's not even inside information. That's like 2 months old news.
Turns out I'm stupid.
Great. I'm glad he's on this channel. Jeez. Anyway, like, share, subscribe. Thanks for sticking around, and we will see you guys next week. Look out for Sunday, Greg's video on a review of the Google Wi-Fi.
Fingers crossed.
Hopefully.
Probably.
All right. See you guys next week. Bye.
We'll see you.